Want to hear a funny thing that I used to do when I was a kid, Jake? But my family still talks about it to this day. To f with my mom, I would get brown markers and draw skid marks on all of my underwear.
And that's so f***ed up because he's like one of 4 kids. So imagine she was probably just like at her wit's end doing loads and loads of laundry. And this 12-year-old still has
12-year-old?
caca in his pants. She probably wanted to lose her mind.
Where did 12 come from? I was like 6. What did you imagine?
I mean, I don't know. You had access to markers and you were evil enough to make your mom's life harder. I don't know. I guess I'm just cut from a different cloth.
Why you started skid marks at 12?
That's when my skid
Your
was,
skid mark
my
career?
skid game was the heaviest. That's when I was skidding into puberty. No, that's the thing is I just never had any, so I don't know what age they happen at.
What are you now? 35?
I have to go wipe myself.
the old rewipe, you know.
Rewipe? What is that?
You know, when it's sweaty and it's just like,
You're like, did I get everything?
Yeah.
Did I not? It's like wiping a marker back there.
Three, two, one.
Ow, I banged my head. Hi, guys.
hey, what's up?
Go ahead and do our sign-in.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Welcome to the Tattoo Budcast, where it's just like a tattoo session, where you get... You're listening to the Tattoo Budcast, where it's like a tattoo session, but you get everything but the tattoo. Where you get everything minus the tattoo. Is that it?
Try it one more time.
Well, say it. I don't even know what it is.
Try it one more time.
I don't know what it is.
Try your hardest.
You're watching the Tattoo Budcast. The only podcast that's just like a tattoo session, minus the tattoo.
There you go. What's up, guys? You're watching the Tattoo Budcast, the only podcast that feels just like a tattoo session minus the tattoo. I'm your girl, Sanae Kawaii.
And I'm your boy, Jimmy Jam. All right, I'm your girl, Jimmy Jam.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you're being yourself finally. You guys shouldn't have made me drink all those martinis. I want to talk with my eyes closed right now.
We should do the sleep episode. Because quite frankly, we're tired of hearing Sanae talk, right? We were talking about that?
What's that dance called? What's it called?
The ghost rip? What is the ghost whip?
No, Ghost Ride the Whip
Ride the
requires a car in neutral. And you got to be on the streets of Oakland.
Dude, some of those videos were hilarious. Those like fails. The fail.
Oh my God, that would be me. We should go try it after this.
In my car because we carpooled.
Yeah. And your car's
What?
nicer than mine.
Yeah, I know.
So what's up with you? I feel like we haven't filmed alone in a long time when it's not for a holiday.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been back-to-back holiday stuffs.
Well, I've been good, but I think I would prefer to hear your updates first.
Yeah, I am more interesting.
It's actually really boring.
Oh my God, dude. I haven't told you this at all because I've been saving it for this. But
Better be good.
Yeah, it's fucking good. You're gonna shit your pants. Hold on. I just gotta look
Dude.
I just gotta look up one thing really quick. Just give me 1 second.
I'll just be getting ready to shit my pants.
Get ready to shit your pants. You better open up that butt, big dog. Cause
You better open up that big butt, dog.
okay, so remember I went to the Comedy Store last week?
Yes.
And I saw a really awesome lineup on Anniewood. I saw...
Sorry.
That's what you get. He's always vaping off screen.
I don't do that. It's my inhaler. It's Blue Raz.
So I saw a really awesome lineup, right? And it was like so cool. It was Annie Letterman's show, and she had Bobby Motherfucking Lee, Andrew Santino, Bill Burr, and Robbie Hoffman, right? And that was so fun.
All killer, no filler.
Killers. Even the openers were good. So whatever. We saw them. That was awesome. And then the day after, it was my boyfriend's birthday. So we had one of those like random metro days. We went to breakfast, and then we ended up taking the train downtown. And we went to I'm all science now. We went to the Science Museum.
Dude.
Yeah, I know all kinds of things that sperm does.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. You have some.
I know
that.
I know for a fact that you have some.
Well, fact is, I think the beard is a good indication that you might have some.
Well, you never know these days.
So we went to the Science Museum, and then we went to Olvera Street, and then we went to Philippe's, and we had, which is funny because I think you were just talking about it on the last episode, and we had, I had a pickled egg.
The beet pickled eggs.
Dude, those purple eggs, those purple huevos.
I
They're
fucking
like,
love pickled
not
eggs.
to be confused with blue
Yeah, purple balls.
purple huevos. Yeah, they were so good. And then I had the lamb dip. What's it called?
French dip.
But lamb. It was fucking awesome. And then we also got jacked kind of by a tiny old Korean lady. She came up and she was acting like she needed, well, who knows? She probably did need the money. But she was acting like she just needed like $1 for whatever to get on the train. And then like she went walking. We were taking pictures of like the Philippe sign. And then we ended up catching up with her on another corner. And this was counting a fucking wad, dude. As much respect. But anyways, fast forward, whatever, we go home. And then the next day, his boss ended up, like, just out of nowhere playing at the Comedy Store, dude. His boss, John
Really?
Feldman, please come on the show. I'm just kidding. He does not have time for us. But anyways, he ended up playing at the Wolf versus Hawk or Hawk versus Wolf podcast. It's Tony Hawk and Jason Alice. They have a podcast, right?
Okay.
And I guess they were doing it as a farewell show because I guess it just hasn't been. Like, they were very transparent about it. They're like, we haven't gotten the sponsors we need. We haven't gotten the promotions we need. We haven't made the money. Yeah, like, and I guess Tony Hawk lives in San Diego. And so he's been driving out here once a week to film this podcast. And so they finally just decided to call it quits. But we got to go backstage because Joshua was working it. And we saw everybody, dude.
That's so cool.
Yeah, we saw, I wanted to insert a picture here of me and Steve Caballero.
Caballero?
Yeah, that's what he calls himself.
What a poser.
No, dude, he's like OG, like Bones Brigade. Like, he's for real.
Steve, I know Steve.
Okay, but also that was a picture of my dad because he looks just like Steve Caballero. But they actually are the same mix. They're both half Japanese and half Mexican.
I could see it.
They first interviewed all the OG Bones Brigades, or maybe 3 of them, whatever. And Tony Hawk introduced himself to me. He's like, I'm Tony, and I'm like, yeah, no. And also, we've met 3 times. So
You're like, I know Mr. Cock.
Tony Cock, I think that's his name. But it's also very sad because I've met him a few times. But it's okay. He's busy. He's a busy man. But anyway,
Skaters, am I right?
Yeah, I'm like, you got a little too many concussions, buddy. But he's so tall.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
How tall is he?
How tall is he? I don't know.
Yeah, never mind.
It's
I shouldn't have asked. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think I'm tall until I'm reality checked by someone that's actually tall, and he's f***ing tall. So anyways, so we were in the back, and Jeremiah Watkins was there. Uncle Laser was there. And then Bobby Lee comes in. I was thinking maybe it's because me and Joshua had been there just 2 days before, that maybe he saw Joshua in the crowd or something, because he comes in, and maybe he was just being polite, but he makes a beeline towards Joshua, and he's like, oh, hey, man, what's up? How you been? And he shakes his hand.
Yeah.
It was one of those things, I think, that, you recognize a face. and you don't want to be rude.
But you have to go up there because it'll be weird if you don't.
Yeah, like
possibly.
Yeah, like I think that's what it was. It was like he had to shake his hand because he didn't want to be rude, but he also didn't want to get stuck talking to us because he was like didn't know who the fuck he was, you know? So he like shook his hand, asked him how he was doing, like rubbed his shoulder and then kept it moving. And like it was just so crazy, dude.
Imagine you found out they were just really good homies.
I know.
He just never told you.
He just leaves me out of everything. There was so many like pro skaters and fucking heavy hitting comedians. And so who ended up being on the show lineup was fucking Steph Tolev.
No way.
Which was one of my favorites. Adam Ray.
Fucking A, dude.
Yeah, dude. And the closer was Bert fucking Kreischer.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was literally insane. It was just like one of those random fucking LA nights where somebody knows somebody and you get into somewhere.
Those are the fucking best
I know,
nights,
dude. Those are the best nights.
I live for those experiences.
And like when you're not just fucking always out partying and shit, like
Yeah.
those don't happen very
No.
much, you know?
Especially as you get older,
Mhm.
unless you're just one of those people that don't give up the party.
Especially somewhere as like icon, like dude, I went backstage at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
I had no business back there. We took a picture. The only one I took a picture with was Ari Shafir. And I wouldn't have ever asked for a picture, but Joshua, that shit was so fucking embarrassing too.
He did it for you?
Well, he's like, come on. He's like, Ari Shafir's back here. Let's take a picture. And so Joshua's like, Ari, can I take a picture? And I thought he was inviting me to be in the picture. And Joshua handed me the camera.
Oh, he didn't want you to be in the
It was
You were like, you're embarrassing me.
so embarrassing. And so whatever. And
He was like, you're still in the picture.
yeah, like, and it's one, like, and I was like, when he first handed it to me, I was like a selfie. Like, why would you
Yeah,
give it to
my
the
arms
person
are
with
short,
the
dog.
shortest arms? And so he hands me the camera, and he's like, no, take a picture of us. And I was like,
Oh.
yeah, and I was like, oh, I thought I was gonna be in the picture. Like, I said it out loud, like, you fucking weirdo. So, anyways, I take a picture of them, and he's like, okay, now you take a picture.
Because it was an obligation.
I don't know if this was his plan the whole time, but then he tells me to take a picture, and he goes, she's trying to be a comedian, and I was like,
God.
I literally was like, don't tell people my business. Like, I said that, which me and Joshua laughed, but Ari did not. And then Ari was like, here, let me sit down because he's so tall. And
Yeah.
so then I took a picture standing next to him while he's sitting.
On his knee.
And I'll put the picture in here too. But that was that.
Well, shit.
I know. But honestly, the experience was kind of wasted on me because I don't like talk. Like, I will never go up to celebrities,
Yeah.
you know?
That's the way I am.
Just because I don't want to be the person that's bugging them. Or God forbid, if you ever do get a chance to, like, work with them at some capacity, like, you don't want to be
Yeah.
the one that was, like, fucking fangirling and making them uncomfortable.
Yeah, don't you feel like that kind of takes away from possible opportunities and stuff? Like,
I think so, yeah.
Like if it's like, or if it happens organically, I guess you kind of set your value. Or maybe it's just
I
me.
think so.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Maybe that's ego, but I think so, definitely. Because there's been people that, like, and not,
My fans. Yeah.
no, like, well, even, like, for instance, like, clients that come on, like, have you ever, like, had a client that comes in so strong and they're so, like, you feel so overwhelmed by their presence, or anyone, an apprentice, whatever, like,
Yeah.
just somebody that, like, is for some reason giving you way too much credit that you don't deserve.
Yeah.
And then, like, whenever you do see them after that, you're always kind of, like, you just know they're going to make you uncomfortable, so you kind of want to steer clear, or, like,
Yeah.
if anyone's ever come in, like, asking questions that they had, like, no right to ask. Like,
Mhm.
you're like, this is not something you ask someone you don't know. And so then every time you see them after that, it's fucking weird,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and I mean, I guess it's not for the reason like, oh, I don't want to like ruin any possible chance. It's just
Mhm.
I kind of just don't have any interest in going out of my way and doing that.
Yeah. And I don't even really get starstruck, but
No.
I was starstruck
Yeah?
there. Yeah, because they're, like, all, like, regular people doing a really cool thing in, like, one of the most iconic buildings in the city.
Yeah, and
like,
it's, especially because you're like heavy into it right now.
and, well, I'm fucking trying. And then, like, dude, it's a fucking Comedy Store.
Yeah.
Like, that's like literally their home. So you also don't want to be all up in their fucking shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like Bobby Lee would have been a cool one to get a picture with, but I didn't want to bother him. And then like Steve Caballero, I've been around him before too. And I always I'm like, oh, I'm going to tell him that we're the same mix. I'm going to tell him that we're the same mix. And then I'm like, but what comes after that? He's just like,
Cool.
oh yeah, we're both really
It's like,
short.
yeah, so's my family.
Yeah. So is my literal siblings. So, and then it's just like, okay, I'll talk to you later.
That's huge, dude. That's awesome.
It was so fucking cool, dude.
Yeah,
and
I'm super jealous.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah. Congratulations. You met people or you saw them.
I saw the fuck out of them.
You saw them so hard?
I saw, yeah.
Wait, you're seeing them?
I wish.
When you were telling the story about you guys getting had by the girl that was taking money and everything.
Oh, the little old lady.
Yeah,
Oh, she got us.
It reminded me one time I was with my ex-girlfriend. We went to, I forget which museum it is that's near the tar pits. What is that? LACMA. And
The La Brea Tar Pits.
And we couldn't find parking. And then we found this lot and there was like 2 or 3 cars in there. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, let's just park here. And they had like the booth operator in there. And so we park, and then I was waiting. I was like, I don't know if I need to go up to the booth or they're going to walk up and do the ticket thing. So I ended up going, and the lady was like, it's $10. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, that's not bad. Gave her $10, and she was like, let me get you your ticket. And so I was like just standing there waiting. And then I wasn't paying attention, and she's like, oh, here you go. And it was a newspaper that was ripped, like a corner of it. And then it just she wrote paid on it. She was a homeless lady.
Wow, what a fucking thug.
And like I wanted to like say something or do something about it, and I was like, she's at least here. She's probably gonna just watch our car. So we just said, all right, that's fine.
Sometimes when you get got, you gotta just accept it. Like she bested you.
Totally.
And was your car fine when you got back?
It was, yeah.
You're like, it was on blocks, but it was there.
Oh, I don't have it anymore.
What was your week like? Or what has your life been like?
Man. So I had a life-changing experience. You know me.
Someone lost their virginity.
Yeah, it was a big day. It was one-player sex, but...
One-player sex?
I call myself sober. I'm sober. I don't drink. I don't party anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You consider yourself sober.
Yeah, but for spiritual reasons, I have been interested in microdosing mushrooms, and
that's what they call California sober.
Is it? I thought it was just weed. And...
No, it's anything from the earth.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, you are from California, right?
That's true. I'm a California boy.
Cali. Do you hate that?
I hate
I hate it too.
I don't think so.
Yeah, not up in here. Not up in Cali.
So I've microdosed a good number of times over the past couple years, and I think it's great. And
if you're pregnant.
and I initially tried it because I was dealing with a lot of anxiety, stress, just a lot of things, and it
so it's medicinal.
Yes,
only.
It was medicinal at in the beginning, and then as I started to get into like the spiritual side of living, I guess it's a whole new thing for me. Religion and spirituality kind of was a joke to me. I wouldn't
You're so disrespectful.
I wouldn't say it was a joke. It was just something that I was just like, I always wrote off, just kind of like, ah. But now that I'm getting into like the meditating and the spirituality stuff, I was like, maybe I should.
Well, it's like that classic thing. Like, it's stupid when anyone else does it, but when we do it, it's different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And because of that, like I try not to talk about it as much, like to around most people, because I just feel like a hypocrite at this point. But I wanted to fucking go for it with the mushrooms, and so every time I would try them, I would do a little bit more, and just I never got any visuals or anything. It was just maybe colors were brighter or more vivid, but I had enough of that shit, and I was like, no,
yeah.
I need to see the
That's
other side
for
of this.
babies.
Yeah, and now I know. I left the planet. I was in different dimensions. The things that I saw, it was the craziest thing. It was
beautiful.
Love
to hear it.
But it was very erratic. It was just very fast paced.
Oh yeah, like a roller coaster.
Like aggressive, like just like
okay,
and all this shit. And okay, it started off with the giggles. I was in the bathtub, and
dumbest shit's funny.
Started yawning. My eyes were watering, and I was just there, and I just started laughing.
You know what, the yawning and the eyes watering, it's equivalent to the ticking up a roller coaster.
That makes sense.
You know what
yeah.
what I'm talking about? Like, and
Yeah.
then that's right before the big drop.
Yeah, dude. And I started off in Roswell, New Mexico, talking to the aliens. And
What do you mean by that?
I don't know if it was. See, that was the crazy thing about
Mhm.
it. I don't know if I was recalling a memory because I've been to Roswell a couple times, and for some reason I'd like relived this memory that we were there, like on tour and stuff.
Oh, that's the deja vu is a mushroom thing.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know what the fuck that is either.
It because it was like holy shit. Like I remember this like as I was going through it.
Oh my god, I literally just had this conversation with Joshua the last time we did it.
What happened?
But it wasn't anything like that, like otherworldly or like past timey. We were watching a movie that I 1000% had not seen. It was Long Legs when we watched Long Legs.
Yeah.
But this is something that always happens when I'm on mushrooms. I get such a strong, intense feeling of deja vu. Like I've been there, but I don't know that it's ever happened with like recollections or maybe
Yeah.
the sense of familiarity. But when we were watching the movie, I was like, wait, I swear we played this part already. Ugh.
That's crazy.
Yeah, maybe it's something about, I don't know.
And that was the thing. Like I didn't know if it was an actual memory or if
You're
it
fabricating
it was
or-
being fabricated. But and then I started like seeing and like feeling the presence of like aliens and stuff. It was exactly what I wanted because I'm like super into aliens right now, like a lot. And so that's how it started. And
Did you feel like it was similar to, well, where were you? Oh, you were seeing them in Roswell, or it felt like
yeah,
Roswell?
well, and it wasn't even like I was saying, like the memory. It wasn't like other. I don't know what you just said, but
Like otherworldly or
yeah, it
past?
wasn't like an alien experience there. It just I remembered being there and going to restaurants there and
Okay,
eating and
because I've had the only time I've had an alien trip, which just sounds crazy because we're making mushrooms sound like they're crazier than they are. Like I can't really
no,
explain
they're
it.
fucking crazy.
Like I feel like like this is where people are gonna get weirded out and tune out. But anyways, do you remember when they go back to their planet on Coneheads?
Yeah,
Like I feel like I've been there.
yeah,
Yeah, like that structure.
Yeah.
Like I've had like a trip like that, but not necessarily with those beings. But I don't know, something about it and the colors, and maybe it's just like in your subconscious.
yeah.
You know, you've seen that movie. But yeah, I know what you mean. Just that like familiarity of
Yeah, and it was very multidimensional because like after the whole like alien, like the Roswell thing, and you know, I had the crazy giggles for the longest time. And then it started to get a little heavier, and then like the sacred geometry started appearing, and I realized that I locked myself in the bathroom. And and I was like, fuck, like I don't know how this is gonna go. This is like the beginning, obviously. So I started to panic, like, fuck, what if something
What if you
happens
need
to me?
help?
What if I drown? I was in the bathtub, you know what I mean? So I ended up
because that's how people make it seem. Remember, like when in high school, like hearing like that wives' tale, like, dude, this one fool thought he was a potato chip, and then someone touched him and he died.
Yeah.
He cracked and he died. Do you remember that? Did you ever hear that story? Like, so you don't know, like, how crazy is this about to get?
Or like you can't die in your dreams because your body will think you are and you will
And you'll actually
die.
die. Yeah. And so you think, like, if I get too crazy into this trip,
Yeah.
so stupid.
All
Wait,
of-
so what happened? You unlocked the bathroom door just in case?
I ended up getting up and going out and into bed.
You kept your finger on your life alert.
I had it around my neck. So yeah, dude, the sacred geometry, and it was like multi-dimensional, like, and I've heard other people say it, like, they have these trips, but they can't really remember all of them. I remember pieces of it, but I do remember it being mind-blowing. Like, I was like everything made sense at the time. You start to like, I don't even know how to explain it, but like, now that I know what to expect, I do want to try it again without having that like kind of like that unknowing feeling.
Yeah.
So now that I know what to expect, I feel like I could take more out of it. But
I feel like that too now that I've done it so much.
Yeah?
Yeah, like I feel
you
like
do it a lot. I think your mom's watching right now. Hi.
this is why I'm healed. I don't feel the danger of the unknown anymore. Like
Yeah.
now I know literally no matter how hard I go and whatever comes,
It's gonna be fine.
it's gonna be fine, and it's what I need at that time because you're literally tapping into nothing but your subconscious.
Yeah.
And if something is very dark and if you have a bad trip, it's something you fabricated, something you need to unpack, you know, like for instance, I remember my first trip, I had this feeling of, and I lived with my parents at this time, and I had this feeling of just really missing them. Like, I just felt like I missed my mom. Like, I just needed to call her. And then it turns out, like, it's just things I had to unpack in that area.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's really what it is, you know? Because literally, you're making it up, you know?
Yeah.
So.
But the crazy thing to me is, because you mentioned it, seeing the sacred geometry and stuff.
Oh, yeah, on the wall or the floor.
Like, that's, like, the more intriguing part to me, because how the fuck are you seeing it and I'm seeing it? You know what I mean?
Like, what is this? And then, you know, I'm not even into that.
Exactly,
into symbolism and stuff like that. So
yeah.
But yeah, I do. And that's the closest I can ever get to understanding, like, what you mean by, like, well, I mean, I've done the astral projecting, but I've only done it around, like, my house and stuff, like, and never intentionally,
yeah.
you know, it's been literally I'm asleep and it happens. Like, for not being into any of that stuff, I really feel it strongly. And even, like, I don't feel like it's going against anything that I've been brought up learning. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just so... It's so
you're
medicinal.
Free. Like...
And you know what it's like literally any other drug or even drink that I've done in my life, like, I really have a hard time the next day. I feel like a piece of shit. Like, even if, you know, like, when you drink, even if you don't get drunk, the next day you always have that dip in just, like, serotonin, or you're just kind of like, meh.
Whether it's a physical or a mental feeling.
Right. Like, like, even if you don't have a headache or you're not nauseous, like, you just kind of always feel like off. But mushrooms, you literally wake up feeling the opposite. It's like something's been lifted off of you, you know? And I always feel like it's important to set your intention before you start. Sometimes that's not where you're going, like it or not. But, like, I feel like the next day you can always kind of, like, draw something that you really needed to learn from it.
I totally did. But before I got to that, I peaked. Like, when I finally went to bed, because I was, like, worrying, like, I don't know how bad this is going to go or good. My girlfriend was outside, you know, on the patio having a cigarette, and it got, like, crazy, and I was just, like, I started to panic a little bit. So I texted her. I was like, hey, I think I need you. She comes in, and she was like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, she was like, what do you need me to do? I was like, just, like, sit right here. But, like, the peaking, you're familiar with those AI videos? I think I've shown you some. I find them so interesting. Like,
are you talking about, like, the fake movie trailers or just the morphing kind of?
The morphing.
Yeah.
Like, where it's, like, this lady is, like, on a little, like, floating device in the water, and it turns into a rocket, and then, like, it turns into
I don't like that, but I've seen them, but, like, with nature stuff.
Maybe it's because I like those videos so much. There's something about them where that's what happened. Like, the room, everything, the cats in the room, like, one of the cats was sitting on my chest purring. I thought it was it was like an earthquake, just, like, rattling me. And then, like, he looked like the size of a house.
Did you ever watch the movie Dude, Where's My Car?
I saw it once or twice.
Remember, like, any stoner movie, probably, like, how people have, like, the, like, almost rungs or, like, ripples around them.
Yeah.
Like, everything kind of looks like that-ish.
It was kind of, like, fluttery.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then, like, faces, like, on TV. And it got...
Did everyone look so ugly to you?
Yeah.
Isn't that so weird? Like, you notice, like, just, like, every wrinkle and stuff, like, looks really deep, huh? Or, like, noses look like...
It almost looked like they were wearing a mask of themselves. The TV was, like, doing the still thing, you know, the screensaver.
Uh-huh.
But those faces were, like, moving and stuff and, like, looking around and and then it got a little dark. Like, you know, growing up, I would always draw a lot of dark imagery, like demons and stuff, and all those guys came out to play. But because I was always interested in drawing that stuff and, like...
What the fuck do you mean those guys all came out to play?
They were... Dude, it was wild. But...
Oh, hell no.
But
This is where I don't do drugs with James.
But I didn't get scared. I was like, man, this is like beautiful. Like these are like
I need to know what this came out to play means.
like faces like morphing into like other like, and it was like these
Eyes,
big
were your eyes
structures.
open or closed?
Oh well, I don't even know.
Oh, okay.
But
Damn,
like,
you were fucking frying.
yeah, like they were like embedded into like structures of like these like temples and stuff.
Yeah,
and I
that
was
is so
just,
crazy.
like-
I feel like that's what I mean when I say like I've seen the the cone heads all deep, the cone head structure. Okay, so only one time have I ever been close to an anxiety attack. Well, I was on mushrooms and I was crying and my nose got plugged, and then you know, when you start breathing out of your mouth, like if you're already anxious, like you start hyperventilating. And so that time took a lot of fucking like mental work. But I had remembered that my therapist told me you can't have an anxiety attack if there's like an ice cube on your wrist. So I like had to like excuse myself, and I went to the kitchen and was like trying to like count breaths in, like do breath work, and like I had ice on my wrist and then would switch it to the other one when it got too cold, and that calmed me down. But I think that's the closest thing I can ever say to having a bad trip, and that was only because like I was like gasping.
Yeah. I mean, I did talk myself out of like panicking a little bit. 'Cause
Yeah.
when I was like at like the craziest part, I was like, oh fuck, what if this is like permanent? And something's gonna be wrong with me, you know, permanently.
Like Simple Jack.
Yeah, ain't got a good brain. I remember you saying like you just got to remind yourself that
You took something. 20 minutes.
And
change whatever you're watching.
and it was
on to the
fine.
next trip. Did you watch TV at all? Oh, you said you are.
That's the thing. Like I remember you and other people saying like, oh, you got to watch this because it's like it looks crazy, and I was like, well, how much crazier can it get? I'm fucking living all of this crazy, like these.
With just your mind.
Yeah, like I don't need that.
Well, welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Welcome to your next level of life.
I definitely want a mushroom tattoo. I feel like I earned it. Is that lame?
I don't know. You got to get jumped in still.
With mushrooms. I'll just get a portobello for now.
Yeah, a shiitake. You get a little
skinny guy?
Yeah, a little tiny shiitake, and then we'll talk. No, I want one too, actually. What would you get though?
I think just like a simple traditional one, like nothing crazy.
Do you think they were onto something with Mario eating the mushrooms?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Right, and then he gets big.
That
Well, he either gains life or he gets big.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Or there's those little mushroom-looking guys that are gonna kill him, the brown guys, and then he bops them on the head, and then they go away.
Yeah. That's
Or what
a
about
good point.
the one world? I forget what level it is where everything's giant. I loved that one.
That was so fun.
Were people doing mushrooms back? Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Oh, you know what I heard it. I think it was on another podcast. I didn't know this, but that Nintendo was older than the Eiffel Tower.
Nintendo is?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it was like the company started or something, but I don't know where I was going with that, but I thought that was crazy. You would think the Eiffel Tower's been there forever. You looking it up?
I think you're a fucking liar is what
That's
I
what
think.
I heard, unless they were... No,
Let's see.
it was true.
What is so special about the Eiffel Tower? That's just something else. Construction began on 1887, and it opened to the public in 1889. There's no way Nintendo's that old.
That's just what I heard.
Origin? What do I look up?
Nintendo history?
Oh, yeah. Nintendo was founded in 1889 by Fusajiro Yamauchi and Nintendo Kopai, a business that produced Japanese playing cards. The company's name has changed several times over the years. Wow. I did not believe that.
Yeah, neither did I.
I thought you were just trying to sound so fucking cool right now. Like, does mushrooms once.
So, you're saying, I remember, everybody, when they take them, they say that they take something out of the trip.
Uh-huh.
And, I mean, I don't know where it came from for me, but I was like, I felt like I needed to do more for myself, kind of like, you know, that sense of adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Life's been crazy for a lot of people, especially now. And I just realized that I stopped doing a lot of the things that I enjoy and just fucking going out. Like your day, how you said you went here and there without any plan.
Oh, yeah.
So I fucking did it. Like I got up and I went to the Getty Museum. Oh, That is like, I felt so inspired. I was like, all right, I'm an oil painter now.
Yeah,
I was like, I got
you're back
this.
at
Yeah,
it.
back at it.
When's the last time you even oil painted?
I started the last one at the beginning of COVID, and it still isn't finished. Dude, there was something huge back then.
Like what?
And a lot of these like paintings from the 1300s, you're not going to fucking tell me that these guys just all had the same ideas. Look at this. This was in the corner of one of the paintings.
We'll put this up. Satan with his big old pussy?
Yes. Like, where the fuck does that come from?
And then he's on a structure with people tied to it.
Yeah.
He's chained down.
Look at, there's like,
With
there's a
people-
face on the torso. There's his
Yeah,
small
that's what I
face,
said, his
like-
big old pussy.
Oh, yeah, that pussy.
Oh, it's a face. I just saw the mouth. And then there's
Yeah.
people in that.
Yeah.
Jake want to see.
You want to see it?
He's like, oh, yeah, that's a big pussy.
I just wanted to see what a pussy was.
We've misled him. We've gravely misled him.
Jake, they're not all like that. I promise.
He's scared to have sex for the first time. What else was in the painting?
I don't even remember. I was just enamored by that little guy.
By the what?
By that toothy pussy.
Jennifer's body.
Let me see. I don't know if
Was
I
that
got-
what it was called, that movie?
Yeah.
Where she has teeth in her vagina?
Look at this shit.
Okay, so this one is some kind of saint lifting up some kind of church, and then there is Jesus shooting him with laser beams in all the places that Jesus was. Oh,
It's
all
like a
the places.
stigmata.
So yeah, it's his feet, his hands, and then under his rib
Yeah.
where they checked if Jesus was alive. I don't know if you guys know that, but and he died from a broken heart because of how you are. There's like a white owl hidden in there. There's some other birds, and then oh, he's doing rock hand. I'm just kidding.
I think he's just at a Motley Crue concert, to be honest.
I wonder what that was all about. What's that fool up to? I think that's the first depiction of someone raising the roof.
For real.
When you went to Europe, did you go to any of the old like chapels or anything?
Fool, I only went to the bars.
Do you regret that now?
Fuck yeah, dude. This one was pretty interesting. Like, this shit's painted in the 1300s.
Okay, so this is also a saint, and he's like, hey, hey guys,
I think you got the wrong guy.
yeah, I don't got nothing on me. And there's demons in all different colors, and two are poking him with a stick, three are beating him with a bat. One is just being a chismoso and talking to another demon that's thinking about joining in. And then it seems that there's other church people watching him through a window get beat up.
It's like World Star.
Yeah, it's the first World Star or the first gang initiation, whatever you want to.
Let me see. There was another one that was just like...
I'm fucking tired of you doing drugs already. This is too much for my little heart to handle. These were all at the Getty.
These are all at the Getty.
The ghetto.
The ghetto.
I think you went to the
Getty.
in the Getty. So this one is a saint sitting down reading what appears to be a Bible or something. Another saint with some kind of plant growing out of its little aura or halo thing. Holding another... Oh, no, it's not growing out. It's holding it in its hand. And it's doing one of these. And it's shooting laser beams into this person's eyes. And then there's also a saint in the sky.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
it's
see
Jesus.
See
Oh,
the crescents?
with babies?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just red and blue.
And the babies don't have no arms. They're, like, swaddled. And them's babies.
Like, there's just...
And then there's...
I don't know. See, the...
I want to know all of the things now. And
The-
there's a
the
dove.
s-
Oh, look, did you see... Jesus is looking, and then there's like a ray, and then it turns into a dove,
Yep.
and it's gonna poop on his head.
The reason why I was like tripped out on this one is the symbol or this in the corner because I saw that shit in my trip.
Hell no.
Yeah. Whatever the hell it is.
That-
Whatever the heck it is. But these are painted in the 1300s, dude.
And who knows, maybe they were able to like tap into stuff better because they were so dumb.
Yeah.
You know, like the age of innocence.
Yeah. 100%.
Like not like of course I'm trying to be funny, but like for real.
Yeah. They were dumb.
Yeah, they were dumb.
Okay. And now, do you remember we had the talk about arrows?
Oh, yeah,
How
Cupid.
we were like, why is this baby like deciding?
Why this baby all horny? No,
Look at how-
probably too far.
Look, well, I don't know. Look at this
I don't
painting.
know. Look how
Look at this painting, and I was like, oh
what
my god.
the fuck? This is unacceptable, bro. No, that's her. That's
Nope.
not her son.
It is not. I read it, and it said it was arrows, like her fighting off arrows to avoid love or something like that. I should have taken a picture of
Dude,
the label.
the paint. This is okay. Inappropriate. However,
This baby's hot.
no, but I mean, like, it literally looks like a photo.
That's why I want to get back into oil painting. There was another one that I took
Oh,
a
so you
picture
could paint sexy babies? You're fucking disgusting, dude.
Dude, you remember what happens when you say sexy babies?
Oh yeah. One time, somebody came in to get a Betty Page Cupie, and they wanted her like in her bondage gear, and I was like, the client was there, which probably shouldn't have done this, but I was like, "Oh, James, why are you drawing all these sexy babies, you pervert?" And then the client went up to him, and she's like, "Did she just call it a sexy baby?" And she was like, all mad, and I'm like, "You're the one getting a sexy baby, you fucking pervert."
So I had to get Sanae in trouble for that. I had to raise my hand and tell the boss.
And I had to call CPS on the lady, and she got arrested once he wrapped up her
I
tattoo.
don't think I ever told you, but I saw her post something about it a long time after that.
What did
and
she say? What
just
she
something
say?
about I don't care what that B word had to say.
She did
about this.
fucking not. Say it on your knees without laughing. If you're
On my
telling the
knees?
truth.
I am not getting on my knees.
Okay, then say it without laughing and look me dead in my fucking eyes.
I'm gonna like close quarters.
You're look
I'm
at.
on your face. She said.
She didn't say nothing.
She sure did.
Tell her to at me then, because I'll tell her to her face.
Okay.
Did she actually really?
Yeah, she did.
She did not.
I swear to
You're
God,
such
dude.
a
I
fucking
swear to
liar.
God. I swear to God.
And so she said she didn't care what I said because she thinks babies are sexy.
She said because I love this tattoo.
The thing that's crazy to me is that I don't. There's no way she liked it that much because I saw it. I'm just kidding. I saw how it came out.
Can you stop moving the mic?
Imagine I spit into it. Whatever. It was fucking funny what I said, so I have no regrets. I'm just pissed at this
I
lady.
know this old lady.
No, the lady that said that.
Why?
Because
Because you offended her, and now you're upset that you offended somebody.
Yeah, I guess so. That makes
how
sense.
How does that make sense?
Because it's my feelings and they're always right.
Because I'm me. She's
wh-
not
who,
me.
Who are you, fucking Pablo?
This one, I was fucking blown away. It looked like a photo.
Yikes! Scary.
It was some peasant. I guess this artist
I'll
would
say.
just. That's not even a name brand head wrap.
Wow, that's beautiful. This girl's mighty cockeyed, but
Well, yeah.
she's got a little mole.
That's why she's a peasant.
She could never be anything more.
So that was how my day started. It was like.
Oh my gosh, we're still talking about your day. Yeah. Go ahead.
I needed to have more of that like sense of adventure. So this is what happened. I went to the museum. I was there till it closed.
What time
Opened
does it close?
5.
Before dark, yeah.
Yeah,
Why
I
do you
just-
think they do that? For security purposes?
Probably.
For people can't jack the paintings?
But I don't know. I've been to. Actually,
Well, because when I went to the Science Museum, they closed around the same time, too.
I've been to the Natural History Museum and it was open till like 10 p.m.
No way, dude. You're lying.
No, dude.
Do you know what happens at midnight at
They
those
come
places?
to life. I know that. Dude, Ben Stiller's my homie. The Ben Stiller.
Yeah, it's Ben's.
Yeah. What's up, Ben?
Come on the show.
Come on the show. We do it to anybody that we mention.
Anybody?
Come on the show.
Charlie Chaplin. One day, dude, if we keep cold calling people like this, somebody's gonna come on the show.
Yeah, I think we'll be pleasantly surprised.
Should we just start at
Right, Russell Crowe?
That fool's all fat. Have you seen him lately?
No.
Dude, I just watched The Exorcist.
I'm looking him up.
It's on Netflix right now. It's The Exorcist, Possession of the Exorcist, or Exorcism of the Exorcist, or something. But he plays somebody that's very high in the Vatican, like the top top dog exorcist. And mind you, the Gladiator 2 just came out, so I've been reliving what Russell Crowe used to look like.
He looks like a gray.
And now he looks like a straight deal.
He looks like he's
Russell Crowe, more like
Jack Black's like stunt double or something.
Yeah. But anyways, Russell Crowe.
You're a fat fuck, but we want you on the show.
I didn't say that. There's still abs under there somewhere.
You said that fool's all fat.
He was so hot in Gladiator. He's like, "Are you not entertained?" And I was like, "Yes. Yes, I am."
Who would be like that you would want on the show? Like, is there like a
number one guest?
Number one guest. We could play the dead.
Jake pointed at himself.
Hey, Jake, move the TV over here because I want to see your face.
Jake, move the TV in front of you because I don't want to see it because you'll never be on the show, fucking dummy. Number one guest.
We could play
Oprah Winfrey.
We could play the Dead or Alive game all day long, but I think, like, let's manifest this shit.
Okay, I'm going to at least think of somebody that's tattooed.
Why? Because it's a tattoo show?
Because, yeah, and it's a little bit more attainable. And my manifesting only goes so far.
No, just fucking think big, dog.
Well, no, the first thing that came to mind was Ian Fidance, the comedian from Ian with Jordan.
Oh, yeah, that guy's hilarious.
Whenever he's, like, on something, you could see he just has, like, banging traditional tattoos.
Yeah,
like,
cool.
solid-ass leg sleeves. And then he's super into ska and punk, so I'm like, we would probably have a lot in common with him.
That's a good one. But, yeah, maybe we should get them on then, if you think you're so badass.
I don't.
Okay, what about if it was, like, unrelated to...
Unrelated to tattoos? Oh, I'm so bad at the celebrity game.
Me too, so don't ask.
Especially when, even, like, when I think of celebrity crushes, I can never think of anybody in the moment. Fuck, I'm bad at
it's so hard
this.
for me to think of people that are just not porn stars.
Okay, what porn star?
Probably Kazumi. Oh, she was on Bad Friends.
And Tiger Belly. Or no, I think she was just on Tiger Belly. But she's funny.
She's hilarious, yeah.
She's
so smart.
So funny. Like, just so funny, dude. But anyways, before James comes in his pants, let's move on.
Or outside of them.
I know who I want.
Who?
Dave Navarro.
Yeah? I didn't know that you love him. Why don't you marry him?
I do.
Do you really?
Yep.
Why?
Because Jake told me to say Dave Navarro.
Because it would mean a lot for Jake if he was on the show.
He's like a Make-A-Wish kid. He told me to say it, and I was like, he's going to know right away that I'm fucking around. But speaking of tattoo people, Jack Rudy died.
Yeah, he did.
And what's fucked up is I just tried to look up, like, a quick little, like, I just had Chad. Shout out Chad GPT.
Dude, Chad's a homie, dude.
Y'all know me.
Hey, Chad's a homie, dog.
I just tried to look it up just so I can give a synopsis of who he, or like a quick little biography of who he was. And it's like, it says Jack Rudy was a famous American tattoo artist, widely recognized for his pioneering work in the tattoo world. He is especially known for his contributions
to the development
of black and gray tattooing, a style that emphasizes shading and the use of blacking to create realistic and highly detailed designs. But then it goes on to say he was also the founding member of High Voltage Tattoo in Los Angeles.
That's not true, is it?
One, I don't think it's true, unless maybe he went in with her, but I'm like, don't do my man, like, don't hang up his fucking legacy on on fucking LA Ink. The fuck?
Yeah.
That's rude to him.
That's crazy.
Right? Like, because Kat Von D, like, I think even she would agree that,
He deserves more
Right.
respect. Yeah.
like, I'm sure she probably looked up to him and would say that.
Yeah. Did you know that he designed a very prominent back patch of a certain motorcycle club?
Oh, you're gonna get fucked up, dude. Why would you even bring that up here?
What? I'm not
Boys!
throwing shit. Right over my face.
No,
Shit.
no, I didn't. I didn't know that.
No, I thought,
But-
that was crazy. I mean, I guess it makes
That's
sense.
tight, though.
Yeah, hey, that's what's up.
That's what's up.
But yeah, he's gone. and
Hey,
he
shouts
was a
out,
le-
shouts
he was
out.
one of the last legends that's still around. Who's left? know
Freddie
you don't-
Negrete.
Yeah, if you want like to learn more about like the things that he's done and like his career, that the documentary, I think it was Tattoo Land, was that what it was?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was like the perfect like explanation of that whole like black and gray cholo biker culture. It was really good.
Yeah, Freddie Negrete's still around, and I think he still gets bitches.
That fool stays getting bitches.
Freddie!
What up?
Come on the show, Doc. Nobody's going to want to be on the show at this
Fuck
rate.
no, I don't want to be in the show.
Rick Walters, I knew personally, because I worked with his daughter, and then I worked at his apprentice's shop.
Yeah,
And he was a nice, polite, sweet old man.
yeah.
Even though he wasn't. He was real mean. But he was nice to me.
Ed Hardy's still around.
Yeah.
I know.
Where do you
that.
think I got this
I was just gonna
bedazzled
say
shirt?
because I know you get your clothes from him personally.
I have like a sideways hat and a bedazzled shirt.
Dude, what was up with that phase?
He took the fucking check.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, I probably would too.
Oh, dude.
Fucking-
Oh, dude.
Hey, dude, send me checks.
But who? But there was a designer that was
Christian Oettinger.
Okay, this fool's all fucking bedazzled.
I remember seeing one of the first waves of his shirts, and I even bought one. It was before the Christian Oettinger rebrand or whatever the fuck it was. And it was just a cool traditional tattoo, just like a skull and a snake, whatever.
Yeah. It's because then Jersey Shore happened.
All the hats, like the Von
We
Dutch
were
era.
really cutting up with fashion in the early 2000s, dude.
Dude, it's coming back. I'm starting to see it. Like
No, I know. I tattooed my niece recently, and she came in. She's 21, 22. She came in DCs, in chunky DCs. And I was like...
No, I'm seeing fucking the Ed
Wow.
Hardy sequence shit in. Like, I went to the mall the other day.
Sequence.
Sequence. Frequency. The
Sequence.
frequencies.
Sequence is like a number.
Or an audio.
Yeah. Frequence.
A sound.
You're thinking frequence.
Or frequently. One of those frequently shirts.
Let's just fart with our armpits because we don't know what we're talking about. Trying to one up each other.
You know what I'm talking about. But yeah,
Fucking
dude,
up,
I
up,
saw
up.
a whole line of them at the mall.
I hate that
Check
for...
it out.
I hate that for everybody. We've gone so
Dude,
far past
the
that.
Von Dutch hats, you remember those?
Yeah.
I remember seeing
I
one.
wanted one of those muscle shirts so bad,
What
and I
muscle
never had
shirts?
the
The one that
Von
said-
Dutch ones.
The one that said Von Bitch. Have you seen that one? That one. She wanted that one.
It's so crazy how this fool acted like he doesn't disrespect women and never says the B word. Remember on episode 1? Hey, gang, remember on episode 1?
I said I will never call a girl that. Like
You just tell them they want to wear shirts of it.
I'm saying you should wear that shirt.
I'm saying that shirt has your name on
You
it,
deserve to wear that fucking shirt.
bitch. Oh my gosh, you're going to hell. No wonder why those demons were trying to play with
Came out to play.
That was a fucking crazy thing to fucking say.
Yeah, I was thinking about leaving that out, but
Nope.
But
I'll be sure to send this to your mother. So I did want to show you this one video. It has to do with apprenticeships, because we've talked kind of about them and why apprenticeships are important, and how, like, even if, like, you are admittedly someone that didn't have one, but you can see the value of what could have, like...
I stopped paying attention after you started talking.
You see, because he didn't learn how to listen.
It was
during
just when
his
you started
apprenticeship.
fucking up what you were saying.
He didn't learn how to listen during his apprenticeship, but since I'm the only one that does any fucking research for this, podcast.
hard to come by. And the majority of the apprenticeships that are available are really toxic, abusive, manipulative situations.
You've created a gap in the market.
You've created the perfect situation. Of course people are going to buy a machine online and teach themselves. Like, of course. People aren't
Got a
stupid.
point.
That's what they're going to do. And then you're going to get mad at them. And it's like,
Madness.
well, you created this situation.
It is interesting because the gap was created by the very people who are upset about it. And the thing is, too, is like, you'll never stop anyone from tattooing. You'll only stop them from doing it safely.
Unless we break hands. Just kidding. What do you think about what they're saying about people? Of course, people are going to want to learn at home because apprenticeships have become so abusive.
It makes sense. Like, who's gonna want to go through that, especially at this point in life with Gen Zers and
Yeah.
millennials? Like, everybody has a voice now, and they're not gonna put up with it. It's cancel culture.
I think we kind of talked about this with Frank. There's like a difference between people that don't, like apprentices that don't want to do anything and are just like soft and fucking
Yeah.
babies. But there are so many apprenticeships that are just fucking abusive and bullies, and like, I mean, we've witnessed them firsthand.
Yeah.
I had one first, or there's aspects of times of my apprenticeship, I'll say, that were fucking abusive,
Yeah.
and I don't care what anyone fucking has to say about it because that's just what it was. But like, we kind of have shot ourselves in the foot. Like, of course, people are just gonna want to learn on their own because
Yeah, and also what they were saying is like all these things are available online, and it's a lot of it is created by the people that have the stronger opinions about it, about apprentices these days, and it being oversaturated. But I remember there's certain companies that were like, no, you like artist only, artist this, and now you're seeing them sold through the tattoo suppliers that are like China-based suppliers. They're not artists that own the companies.
don't you dare say Timu Tattoo again.
I am not.
Because people lost their fucking minds. But even that, like, I feel like that message was so misunderstood too, because that's like literally not what we were talking about.
Yeah.
But I think that the saturation, like, it seems to come and go almost every couple years, and not everyone sticks with it.
No, I mean,
Especially not the people that are in it for the money, because this isn't, as much as it does seem like fast money for those of us that have been doing it for years, it's not fast, especially not for the first fucking damn near decade. If you're in it for the money and you just want to make a quick buck, that's not happening for the first however long in your career.
Yeah.
You can do home sessions, which you see people that are like, hit me up, $80 an hour, and like their tattoos
If
are
that.
fucking garbage. Yeah, $25 an hour. But like, those people aren't gonna last, and I think they'll come and go just like they always do, and we'll be the ones that are still here, and even the kids that may be self-taught but that actually want to learn.
Yeah.
Because when we had posted that Timu tattoo video,
Dude, the fucking comments went off.
I know. But what's crazy is like nobody took into consideration what we were saying. Like, some people do have everything that they need to tattoo at home as far as cleanliness and stuff. But everybody that wanted to argue in the comments was like, oh, you just want me to give a tattoo shop my money, or oh, they just want this, they just want. But all that kept coming down to money, and it's like, dude, nowhere in
No.
like this is the difference between me and you is literally
I make this look good.
like
Men in Black.
nobody ever said anything about money. Like,
No.
and that's what tattooing is to you guys, and that's what it is not.
It
to
was
me.
about people that don't know what they're doing and fucking people up.
or spreading
Spreading-
pathogens.
Yeah. Tattooing without gloves, tattooing, just
On kitchen tables.
kitchen tables, beds. Like, that's the shit we were talking about. Because I personally know artists that have their own private studios at their homes, but they know what the fuck they're doing. They're professionals. You could be a professional and work from home.
And it would be ridiculous to pretend like we've never done a tattoo at home. Like,
Yeah,
that's
no,
not
no,
even
no.
what the point is. And I don't give a fuck if you can't afford gloves. Grab 2 sandwich bags and go to work.
At the
like,
very least,
dude,
yeah.
you have no business. You could literally buy a 99-cent store box of dye and take the gloves out of there.
Yeah.
If it's not important to you, that's just what the fuck it is.
Yeah. And-
It is not, tattooing's not important to you. You just want to be cool.
Yeah, so those are the types of things they're talking about. I've even heard of some scratchers at home, like just save ink. They would, if they don't
Stop
use
it.
all the cap, they pour it back in the bottle. I knew somebody personally that said he did that, and I was like, "What?" And he eventually got an apprenticeship, and he realized why that was wrong.
How did he not know from the beginning, dude? That's crazy.
Drugs, man. But you think about it, like all the prison tattooers, that's what they do too.
But that's like that. Whatever. They know what they're getting themselves into. They have such a little fucking to work with, anyways. Like, that's truly a different world.
Yeah.
Dude, go buy some fucking. What is it that they used to use in the 70s, like India ink or whatever? And
Talons.
what
Did you ever
the
tattoo with
fuck ever-
talons?
No, but my arm is pelican.
Same
I was
thing.
gonna say it's
Same
talons,
thing.
but yeah, I have a pelican tattoo. Anyways, I don't know where we were going with that, but
Do you remember? Well,
see out in my comments. Just kidding. Stay in the comments, please.
in the beginning of us tattooing, it was probably normal. We would have went for it. We probably did. Where they were like, "Hey, if you ever want to practice, just hit me up. I'm down." Do you ever get that anymore?
No, but what I have got and makes me want to commit an act of violence, because I think it's so disrespectful, and like someone goes, "Oh, I would let you tattoo me."
Yeah.
And motherfucker, you would be blessed. Drop a deposit and try to get on my books. Like, it is so fucking rude.
No, but it's like they're doing you the favor. Hey, dude, no. Dude, if you want to practice, like, that's cool.
Yeah. Or what about distant family members that go, "Oh, you still tattooing?" Anyways.
What was up with that? Like, why?
I don't know.
There's always that one person that has to fucking say something that's like a fucking left.
And you
field.
have to know it's rude, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it would be rude to even be like, "Hey, you still
Trying to
you still
be a
working
nurse?
at the toll booth?"
Yeah.
Like, the old adage of it's not how you say, or it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I remember a distant
pissed now.
family member that I had said that one time, and then
What, you still
like,
tattooing?
so it was like, is that even like I mean, I forget what the exact phrase was, but I remember taking so much offense to it, and then they overheard what I had made like in my like best year, and they were fucking like, "What?"
They overheard because James was making a fake call to an accountant.
With a megaphone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, a mill? That's all I got in the account right now? Well, move it offshore and we'll worry about it tomorrow.
But it felt so good.
Hell yeah. So remember a couple weeks ago we had did that, or I guess probably like a couple months ago at this point, we had did a post asking for listener questions. Well, we got some, and we answered quite a few of them on that episode, but we didn't get to them all. So I think I have a great question for you, if you're open to answering it.
For me specifically, or for us?
Probably for you, because... Oh, no, I got an answer too.
Okay.
Okay, what is the most weird or unique tattoo you've ever done?
It was this client that sent in a reference, and it was a very graphic sexual act. And I was like, I'm open to it. Like, I don't judge. I don't sex shame or kink shame or anything like that.
Yeah, that's what we always say about you, is James doesn't judge anybody. Go ahead. They believe it now. Go ahead.
Thank you. Anyway, so now that you know I'm a good person. It was this like super graphic sexual act, and then it like started altering as I was drawing it, and it turned out to be
Altering at their request. They
at their
kept
request,
wanting to add stuff.
add stuff, and like and I guess some of the qualities.
Some of the characteristics.
So the characteristics started changing to the person that I was going to be tattooing on it. It was this girl, and I didn't realize, but like every step, it was just closer to resembling them, and it was them in a very graphic sexual act with a unicorn.
Face down, ass up.
Yeah, that was.
That's the way they
probably
like
the
to ride
wildest.
unicorns.
Whoa! I just got an image. I'm gonna draw it out. Unicorns have a horn.
Horny.
Some other honorable mentions, I would say. One of them, I specialize in the Cupid doll, like caricature style tattoos, and somebody wanted a Cupid doll of Chuck Norris riding a unicorn.
Oh, yeah.
Shooting Mac 10s, and it was placed pretty much right next to his dick.
He wanted it on his ankle, but James just kept
I was
talking
like,
him into
no way, Jose.
changing the location. I forgot about them.
Yeah. There was one that I turned away, and this, I don't know if we'll need to cut it, but there was this strange older guy that walked in, and he was like, I want to get a butterfly for my daughter that passed away. He's like, but where I want it, he was like, I want to put it like in my pubic area. And I was like, why? And he was like, well, I just
He's like, let's not get into that.
yeah, I just want to be able to conceal it. And it was like, well, that's not the only place. He was like, yeah, that's just kind of where I wanted. And I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, that makes me feel really uncomfortable. Like, I will not do this tattoo. I'm sorry. You're going to have to go somewhere else. He was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll try the next shop.
So, Jake, where'd you end up going for the tattoo?
Yeah.
That actually was one of the questions, too. Have you ever turned down a tattoo?
Yeah.
So that's James's answer. So I'll start with that one, and then I'll do my weirdest, and we'll end on that. I have turned down a tattoo, but I can't remember what it was. But they wanted Jesus upside down on a cross, and I forget what. It was something sexual that they wanted him doing. And I was like, absolutely the fuck not. Like, I would not do that. And it was this whole thing of like, well, I don't know how they tried to fucking convince me something about they're not trying to be disrespectful. And I was like, look, like, you could believe literally anything you want, but I wouldn't do a sacrilegious of any like religion. Like,
Yeah.
this is being disrespectful, right? Like, I think they try to say like they're atheists, and so it really doesn't mean anything to them. And I'm like, that's cool. Like, you can get what you want. I'm just not gonna do it. So that was like early on in my career, and it was of course at a walk-in shop.
Yeah.
Downtown Fullerton. And to be quite honest, they probably didn't even want it. They probably wanted to come in and have this shocking conversation and tell their friends, like, dude, I'm going to go in here and ask for Jesus upside down on a cross doing some fucking weird shit. Now, the weirdest tattoo I've ever done was somebody came in with a notebook paper, crumbled up, folded up in their pocket, and it said, in sloppy handwriting, it just said Justin Bieber. And they wanted to get it in the middle of their back. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, so I'm thinking it's his autograph, right? Because it was like written super fast. And I'm like, oh, is this his writing? And she's like, no, it's mine. And I was like, do you want me to rewrite it? At least like in, cursive?
Yeah.
No. She fucking got Justin Bieber.
As is.
As is in the middle of her back. Then a couple weeks later, they come back and they want to add to it. And they want it to say, my birthday is for you. Under Justin Bieber. And I was like...
Oh, those are fucking stalker vibes.
So... and mind you, Justin Bieber's like fucking 17 at this time.
Whoa, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, probably. I mean, maybe he was older at that point, but I don't think so. Anyways, and so then she wanted to, which I probably actually should have turned it away now thinking about that. I'm like now wondering how old he was at that point. Anyways, so she wanted it to say, my birthday is for you. And I'm like trying to make small talk because I'm now fucking invested. I'm like, so do you guys have the same birthday? No. Cool. So your birthday is
I just want to give it to him.
just for him. And so at this point, I used to give my number to clients, and this girl would call and text me 2:00 in the morning, whenever the fuck she wanted, to tell me her new idea for her tattoos. Oh, so he was 18 because I remember it was the time remember how when he just turned 18, he was like getting in trouble for speeding and was at strip clubs with his dad.
A little bit of a bad boy.
Yeah. And she's like, and I just know like that he's going through something and that's not really him. And blah, blah. I'm like,
he needs me right now.
Yeah. And so finally, I had to get real like forward with her and be like, this is inappropriate. You cannot call me outside of business hours. Anytime after 7:00 is unacceptable. So I think that like got them pissed off and they stopped coming to me.
The way me and Sanae both handle our books now
is we don't.
We don't. We have an assistant doing that. to avoid things like that, because like an artist isn't trying to fucking get text messages in the middle of the night. Like there's boundaries that you need to be aware of.
If
and
you
it's-
do have your artist's personal number, don't text them on anytime outside of business hours. Just try to keep that in mind.
yeah, and the purpose of us doing that also is so nobody has their actual phone number,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's just like it's strictly business.
Yeah. And actually, maybe on our next solo episode, which we can go into why the booking system is that way and maybe what information your tattoo artist needs to
Yeah.
book you. It's
Yeah.
not a bad idea for a topic.
Do you know about that procedure where they're tattooing over stretch marks with some sort of solution?
Yeah.
What is it?
I think it's just saline.
I kind of want to do it.
Let's try it. I
Yeah?
think what the idea is, and I don't know this to be for sure, but I do have I know a little bit about the paramedical tattoos, but I think what it is it causes just enough damage to your skin that it has to send all the collagen and all the repair stuff to
Oh.
the area, so
Rejuvenates.
it rejuvenates it. But tattoos are so, when done correctly, it causes so little damage to your skin that your body
Yeah.
kind of overheals. So therefore, it will either pop a stretch mark, like make it pop out to meet the other skin,
Yeah.
or if you have a keloid, it'll do the same thing but make it flatten out. Or if you have like a pock mark, same thing, it'll make it kind of come out. Like your body kind of knows what it's doing. It just needs that
yeah.
new boost of healing to get.
Send those white blood cells over there
Right.
to take care of this shit because
Yeah,
this person
something.
is sad that they look like this. I'm sad that I look like this.
Okay, well, we'll see you. Maybe we'll just see you guys at your next session.
I'm Captain Stretch Mark. I'll see you next week.
It might just be me. Is that it?
I think so.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. We'll see you at your next session.
Captain Stretch.
Captain Skin Mark.
But with the Y, like, and Mark.
Yeah.
You know, an idea I just came up with that you
Where I went. Okay.
So, what are you saying? To wrap it up or not?
Well, that's a good place to pee. Okay.
Oh my God.
Our God, dude. Don't be so selfish.
Our God is an awesome God. He reigns. Don't be so selfish.